Yo, I'm Brendan. If you spend money, are you sure that you're getting the absolute best possible rewards for spending that money? If not, you could probably do better by picking one of the 5 cards in my list today. These are, in my opinion, the top 5 best rewards credit cards available right now. This is going to be different for everyone based on your life and what you spend money on. And so in this 5 list, I've intentionally picked 5 different kind of categories so you can for sure find the best one for you. It's kind of like this hat. This brand Mammoth Headwear is for giant-headed people like me. Not one size fits all. One size fits most. So let's get started with card number 1. This is the card for the investor. This is a brand new rewards credit card, and as of the time of filming this video, it's not even out yet. When you're watching this, it may very well be. But the crazy thing about this card is that you get 3% cash back on every category, always. The investing brokerage Robinhood is like hosting the card and building it into their system, but the simplicity of this is what makes it so appealing to me. You can find a lot of cards out there with a reward between 1 and 2%, that's pretty normal, and anything at 3% or above, typically there's some tricks involved. You've got to only have a couple categories of spending, or there's maybe an introductory rate that you get for a year or for a few months, and then that cancels. This is so unique because it's a big reward and it's everything. So in theory, I could see this becoming my main everyday card whenever I don't have to pick a specific category of spending. This could be really great. It's also great because there's no annual fee, technically, even though you do have to pay for it. I'll get to that in a minute. There's no foreign transaction fees, and you get 5% back on travel if you book it through their website, which I don't typically like booking travel through a company's website, but you know, it is what it is. It also lets you do virtual cards, which is super cool. You can do things like generate a card for a free trial of a service and then have it cancel itself, or maybe authorize it to just do like one purchase on the card, or you can just have a whole functioning virtual card that maybe is for like a dedicated subscription. So then you can keep that separately and just in your mind know what's happening with that card. I really like doing this. I have another card that I use, X1 card, and they were actually acquired by Robinhood. I'm guessing that's the bones of this card, that they took that software and built it into this Robinhood Gold card. And that one lets you do virtual cards. It is very handy. I really like it. But there is one but with this card, and that's that you have to be a Robinhood Gold member. And that's not a character from an Austin Powers movie. What that means is that you've got to be paying for the premium Robinhood investing service. So right now, I'm paying $5 per month to get that service, and there's more benefits to that than just this Robinhood Gold credit card. The vast majority of the benefits that you're getting from being a Robinhood Gold member are part of the investing service. This Gold card is just a new little piece of it. And so if you're already using Robinhood, if you're thinking about getting into investing anyway, and you want this credit card, then just know that that all has to come together. You've got to be paying that monthly fee for that service, and then you can have access to this credit card. As if I didn't have enough cards already, I did sign up for that Robinhood Gold credit card. I'm waiting for that to come in, and in the meantime, I signed up for a different rewards travel card, which I'll share at the very end of this video after card number 5. But now let's talk about card number 2. This is the card for the customizer. This is the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card. I think this is a great card for someone who wants to maximize their rewards without having an annual fee. That's pretty sweet. And critically, that you want to specify the category that you're getting the most rewards in. A lot of the time with these rewards credit cards, they pigeonhole you into a specific category. It's like you have to get this card if you're spending money in this way. This Bank of America customized card is very different because you actually get to choose the category that you're getting the maximum rewards in. It's very, very cool. So check this out. Right off the bat, you get a $200 online cash rewards bonus if you spend at least $1,000 in the first 90 days. That's a nice little boost. But then the critical feature of this card is this line right here. Earn 3% cash back in the category of your choice. And then they give you the list of everything you can choose from. So you can pick from gas stations and EV charging stations, or online shopping, cable, internet, phone plans, or dining out, or travel, or drugstores, or home improvement / furnishing stores. And so at first I was like, wait, is this really that useful? Is this that helpful for people? But I think it is. Because maybe day to day, you want it to be something like dining. Because maybe you eat out a lot. That way you can just have your dining sorted. Then maybe you do a little bit of math and you look at your budget and you're like, oh, I actually spend more money at gas stations than I do dining. So I'll switch to that. And you're getting 3% rewards on that. Then a little time passes and you go, oh my gosh, we're going to buy a house. That means we're going to spend a ton of money on home improvement stores. So you know what we need to do? Switch this over to the home improvement and furnishing section, because now we're going to spend so much money there that we want our 3% reward to be tied to that. And you can just shift it around however you want. It's super cool. And even though I wish grocery stores was an option here, the next best option is having 2% cash back at grocery stores and wholesale clubs just all the time. So your baseline of all the food you're buying is 2%. Then if you want to crank it up on dining out or travel or whatever, you can. But I love that they have that as like the second best category. And there is a bit of a cap on this because what they say is that you're getting this 3% cash back or the 2% cash back only on the first $2,500 in combined purchases each quarter. And so if you're a really, really heavy spender, you're dropping $4,000 or $5,000 a month on these categories, this is not going to be maximized rewards for you. That's just the reality. They're limiting it to the first $2,500. Then after that, you get 1%. So it's not like you're getting no rewards after that, but I have a card later on that might be better for you if you're a super high spender. And then just to wrap this one up, everything else that's not a part of that reward category also gets 1% cash back. So this is pretty cool. If you're kind of a mid-level spender, an everyday person, you want that control to be able to switch it around category-wise, I think this is a very cool choice. But there's definitely ways to get much higher rewards if your spending is a lot more focused in a particular area. So this next card is for the Amazonian. This card is for those of us who love to spend money on Amazon or at Whole Foods because this is where you get the absolute most rewards for spending money there. And if I'm totally frank with you, I think I used to spend way too much money on Amazon, but at least this way we were getting a full 5% back on all the money we spend at Amazon. And there's even a way to get more than 5% back. So we'll start with the positive things and work our way towards the negative things. Whenever you're shopping at Amazon, Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods, and if you do any travel booking through Chase Travel, all of that is a flat 5% back. 5% is like unmatched. I mean, where can you find 5% back in rewards credit cards? Almost anywhere. It's almost impossible. And of course, this only really helps you if you're buying a lot of stuff through Amazon. 2% back at gas stations is decent. 2% back at restaurants. 1% on all other purchases. I mean, it's fine outside of the Amazon realm. But what we do is we take this card, we link it to our Amazon account, boom, done, easy. And the best part of it is that you link your rewards in your Amazon account. So whenever you're actually shopping on Amazon.com, under your payment methods, it just says, hey, do you want to pay with points? And you say, yeah, sure, I'll pay with points. And so there's zero extra steps. It just becomes a form of payment that your rewards are there and ready to use. And so it's very, very easy to actually take advantage of these rewards. There's also no annual fee, which I really like. And the card doesn't even have a minimum spend to get a $100 Amazon gift card because once you get approved, you get the gift card. So that's very cool. And if 5% rewards weren't good enough for you, you can actually get 6% in my experience if you delay your shipping. So whenever you go to buy something, it'll say, hey, do you want your Amazon Prime 2-day shipping or 1-day shipping, or how fast do you want this thing? Or if you let us take a little longer, we'll actually give you 6% back. And so for me, most of the time, I don't actually need the thing like right away. I mean, I would love to have it in 2 days, but I can go 4 or 5 days and I can get another 1% back. And so getting 6% back for everything basically that you're shopping on Amazon, I think is a really huge benefit. But the caveat is you've got to be an Amazon Prime member. So yeah, there's no annual fee for the card, but the gateway is paying for Amazon Prime. Honestly, in my opinion, if you're not shopping enough on Amazon to get an Amazon Prime membership, you shouldn't even be looking at this card anyway. So it's kind of all part and parcel. Like if you're an Amazon addict, here's the one for you. If not, and if you're more in the realm of the real world and you're running around town, you're buying a lot of groceries, you're buying a lot of gas because maybe you've got kids or you're traveling a bunch, maybe you've got a big family, this next card is the best one for you. This little ditty is the American Express Blue Cash Preferred card. And of course, right when I'm talking about how like 5 or 6% cash back is impossible to match, here, it matches it. It is tailored to only a specific couple of spending categories, but if these are your categories, this is your card. You get 6% cash back on US supermarkets. Granted, it's only up to $6,000 per year in purchases, but what is that, $500 a month that you can spend in supermarkets and get 6% back? That's pretty good. You also get 6% back on certain US streaming subscriptions, so that's not going to amount to a lot because what are we paying, even if you have multiple streaming services, $100 a month, something like that? But hey, if you're using it, you may as well get the most cash back, right? So we've got 2 categories of 6% cash back. Then our third category of high cash back is 3% at US gas stations. And so I'm picturing somebody who's driving a lot. Maybe they've got a long commute. Maybe they got a big family. They're spending $500 a month at Kroger or wherever anyway. So you may as well be getting 6% back and 3% back respectively on those categories. Plus, there's this welcome offer. So you get $250 back after you spend $3,000 in the first 6 months of card ownership. That's really not a huge spend. I mean, if you're just doing your normal spending that you might be doing to maximize the card anyway, in terms of gas and groceries, you should be able to do that level of spending. That's just $500 a month. And then you get $250 back. So that's pretty cool. Fair warning though, there's a $0 annual fee for the first year, but then after that, you have to be paying $95 a year. So you got to pay to play with this one, unfortunately. You know, if you're maxing out these rewards, like let's say you're just maxing out the 6% cash back on supermarkets and just doing that and nothing else. $6,000 per year times 6% is what, $360? So with just doing that, it covers the annual fee plus some. Plus that first year, let's say you get $360 back for the supermarket shopping, plus $250 back from that welcome offer. You've got your first 2 or 3 years of buffer right there just in that $250 back. So I don't love annual fees. If anything, I wish I could avoid them. But if you're okay with the annual fee and you know that you're going to use spending in these categories, I think it's a great card. But this next card, or card twins really, are for the category of people who are like living the dream lifestyle. You're traveling, you're eating delicious food, you're setting up your next trip so you can go traveling again. This is the card that you have to have if that's your lifestyle. Or maybe if that's your aspirational lifestyle, that's what you're planning to do, you got to check these out. These are the Chase Sapphire Twin cards. That's what I'm calling them. The one on the left here is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The one on the right is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And the big difference between these is if you want to pay a giant annual fee and jump to the Reserve, you do technically get more rewards, but it's only if you're going to spend enough money. So this Chase Sapphire Preferred, as of this moment in time, has this limited time offer, 75,000 bonus points if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. Already, you're spending a lot more money than that previous card. You've got a $95 annual fee. This is like a mover and shaker kind of card. We're spending money anyway, so we may as well make a bunch of money in credit card benefits. And with this 75,000 bonus point initial hit, they're claiming that it's worth over $900 if you book travel through Chase Travel. Hence my reasoning of like the jet set lifestyle. We're going to go on a bunch of trips. This is the card for us to kind of maximize our travel rewards. You kind of keep it in that Chase family and you get the most rewards that way. These cards are super popular. And so if you're like me and you've had these in the past, you've got to be aware of this rule here. This product is available to you if you do not have any Sapphire card and you've not received a new card member bonus for any Sapphire card in the last 4 years. So it's not super easy for us to just like re-up and get this card again. If you got this bonus before, you can't get it again right now. And now let the perks begin. With the Sapphire Preferred card, you get a $50 Chase hotel travel credit every year. Whenever you redeem your points for travel through Chase's website and get more travel, essentially, you get 25% more value, so they say. And there's ways to get additional value through their partnerships if you continue to book more stuff, like this $150 partner value. If you go through the right hoops, you can do that. You get 5 times the points whenever you book through Chase Travel for your hotels and your car rentals, 2 times points for all your other travel purchases, 3 times points for all your dining purchases. I mean, this card is really orienting those rewards around travel, eating out, doing cool stuff, living that experiential life, and you're paying the annual fee of $95 to get there. This is not the card for you if you're living a lifestyle that would benefit from that previous card. You're buying gas and groceries, you're not getting a Chase Sapphire Preferred card. That's not what your lifestyle's about. Unless you're going to save up points and then start doing this travel lifestyle. But if you want to get even crazier and jump into the travel lifestyle, check out this Reserve card. So you get the same bonus points whenever you sign up. 75,000 points if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. All fine and dandy. But to do that, you're knocking down $550 every year as an annual fee. Yikes. Plus, if you want someone else to be on the card with you, like your spouse, $75 for each authorized user. I mean, they're just milking these fees. It's wild. And then the reason why they're claiming this 75,000 bonus points is actually worth more with this card than the other one. They're saying it's worth $1,125 towards travel versus $900 towards travel is because the value of your points whenever you redeem them for travel is 50% more versus 25% more. So when you go through Chase Travel, you're not booking on some external website. You've got to be going through Chase. You get 50% more value. Now, personally, I'm not enough of a world traveler to know if you're getting the best deals on the actual travel purchase going that way, or maybe it kind of evens out because maybe you get like a huge value from your credit card points, but you're not getting like a great price on your flight, and so somehow those balance out. Or maybe you pay a 5% premium on the flight and you get a 50% benefit on the points, and so it's a no-brainer. Maybe it's an obvious benefit. I don't travel enough to know that information, but if you travel a bunch, that's potentially a huge value. Then you get a $300 travel credit instead of a $50 travel credit, and what that would mean is if you're booking travel, then you can redeem this for a statement credit, and I'm sure there's very specific hoops you've got to jump through for that. Maybe it's with specific hotels or in a specific category of travel or whatever, so just dive into that if this is the card for you to make sure it's worth it. Then allegedly, you can have up to $1,000 in partner value. But to do that, you've got to be using these services. A Lyft Pink membership, a DoorDash membership, DoorDash credit, Instacart membership, all these things. It's probably pretty rare that you have all of these memberships and you're going to max out that partner credit, if you will. So I'm kind of glossing over that. I don't think that's a huge benefit for us mostly. And then here's really where you rack up the points. So we already know that the points, if you're recycling them through Chase Travel, are going to be worth more. They're worth 50% more instead of 25% more. These purchases that you make through Chase Travel, you get 10 times points on hotels and car rentals. So you get double the point value from the previous one just for doing this. And then you get 3 times points on all the travel purchases versus two times points, 3 times dining, and then you get a couple of other benefits here, lounges and TSA pre-check and that kind of jazz. So I think this Chase Sapphire Reserve card is foolishness if you are not committed to traveling. If you travel for work, great. If you travel a bunch for vacations and stuff, great. If you're not traveling, you don't have plans to travel, avoid this card like the plague. There's just not huge benefits for you. I don't know why you'd get it. But speaking of travel cards, let me show you the one that I just got recently. You'd think I have plenty to choose from, but instead of picking one of these, I said, let's go out and get a big sign-up bonus. Let's get something that we can rack up points because I'm going to Europe to go drive at these two racetracks, the Nürburgring and at Spa. This picture right here was actually taken at Spa. It's like the most famous corner there. It's called Eau Rouge because it goes over this little river that was kind of like red with minerals and stuff. And I guess Eau Rouge means like the red. So there you go. So because I'm going on that trip, I picked this card, the Capital One Venture Rewards. My neighbor's taking off fast going somewhere. He's traveling himself. If I'm honest, if I had access to another Chase Sapphire card, I would have gotten that one. But because I'm within that boundary, within that limit of what you're allowed to do with getting another Chase Sapphire card, I can't do it. I had to go elsewhere, so I went to this card. I like that there's 2 times unlimited miles, and whenever you first sign up and you meet the minimum spend requirement, you get 75,000 bonus miles. To do that, you've got to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, so that's pretty serious. But I was buying plane tickets and I was buying travel to get to this trip that I'm taking, so it was like, okay, well, I can spend $4,000 pretty quick. Granted, there's a $95 annual fee. It's not even waived for the first year. I was like, oh, maybe it'll be waived for the first year and then I can just cancel it. Nope. Sucks to suck. But I love that you get unlimited miles on every purchase every day, set it and forget it, and the points don't expire. And I did not book through Capital One Travel. I probably should have. But I think at the time I didn't read the fine print and I just booked travel and then I thought I would get better rewards for it. I would have gotten better rewards had I booked through Capital One Travel. At least I should have compared, like I said before. Is the price of booking the travel through Capital One that much more than Expedia or Google Flights or whatever you use? If it's not that different, then of course you got to do this. But I can't speak to that personally, unfortunately. Missed the boat there. And then here's my plan with redeeming these points. It says you can redeem miles for travel, cashback, gift cards, or experiences, or you can transfer it to other travel loyalty programs. And so what I've seen on my account so far, the points are just kind of a 1-to-1 redemption. You don't get that 25% boost or that 50% boost like you do with a Chase Sapphire cards. This 75,000 bonus mile redemption is just worth $750. Straight up, straight across. So what I've been doing is saving up to essentially pay off my flight over to Europe, well, over and back, just with credit card points. So it's a pretty basic setup overall, but I think it's going to mostly accomplish the mission that I wanted to accomplish, which was to get 2 times miles on all of our purchases and then get $750 right off the bat to get that jumpstart going. Overall, I don't think it's the best card, the most efficient card, the highest reward card. It's fine. It's okay. But it's not the best. And then I was curious to dive into the details of these kind of mega bonus cards, like the Amex Platinum cards of the world that have these really high annual fees. How much do we have to spend to make those cards worth it? Is it worth it to get one if you're kind of a more normal person, or do you have to be some crazy high roller? So I think we should check it out. I also had a friend recently who was like, I think I should get one of those crazy Amex cards with the big annual fee, because if I spend enough money, it'll be worth it. And I was like, yeah, but will you spend enough money? So this is partially to answer that question. Right off the bat, they come at you with a nice introductory offer. I mean, 80,000 membership reward points is good. A little more than my 75,000 points from the last card, but you've got to spend $8,000 in your first 6 months of card membership. So right off the bat, you've got to be spending quite a bit of money. I mean, it's not an insane amount of money, but you got to be spending a lot of money on this thing. And speaking of a lot of money, annual fee, $695. That is no joke. Okay, so what do we get for that? What are we actually opting into in terms of this card, and are the rewards worth it? Well, you get $15 a month in Uber Cash if you want that, plus a $20 bonus in December. That can be worth up to $200. I guess that's handy for you. Maybe you use Uber a lot. Whenever you use this card to pay for your streaming services, you might be able to get a statement credit on it. So that could be worth $240. If you want to pigeonhole your resort stay to one of the few that they have in their collection, then you could book a 2-night stay there and get the third one for free, apparently. If you can't tell by my tone of voice, I'm not impressed with this yet. And this one seems a little bit more usable. Select a qualifying airline and get up to $200 in statement credits per calendar year when incidental fees are charged by the airline to your card. I don't know how often those incidental fees are charged, but that could be useful. Okay, let's keep looking. Are there more benefits here that we're overlooking? Because if those were the featured benefits, then what are these going to be? Not as good. You get 5 times points whenever you book flights through American Express. That's pretty normal for all of these. You get 5 times points no matter what if you book through their hub or whatever. You get 5 times points whenever you book prepaid hotels through Amex Travel, and you get 1 times points on basically everything else. I'm sorry, where is the benefit that I'm looking for here? Where is the clear option that says this card is definitely worth it for you in your life? Airline lounge benefit doesn't look that great. A Clear Plus credit, premium rental car protection. I don't know. I don't get it. Walmart Plus, monthly membership credit, cell phone protection. I mean, a lot of this stuff is very standard credit card benefit. Like, it's not that unique to have cell phone protection. It's not that special, as we've seen, to have 5 times points whenever you book travel. I just don't see where this card has the benefits. Like, why am I paying $6.95 a month for this? This is crazy town. Wow, I don't care how much you spend. I don't think a card like this is worth it. I think I would go way more towards something that's got specialized rewards towards a category that you know that you're going to spend money in and get a huge benefit from, especially if there's unlimited points in that category and you're going to spend 5-10 grand a month. That makes sense to me, regardless of the annual fee. But this thing, you're paying an annual fee for what? There's not even a good benefit of this thing. So strange. And maybe I cherry picked a bad card here. Maybe you can say, hey, Brendan, there's a better card out there for high spenders. It's this one. By all means, put it in the comments. Let me know. But my buddy had mentioned this very particular Amex Platinum card, and I was like, all right, let's check it out. I don't think so. I think we avoid that one. Well, for some of those cards, I do have affiliate links in the description. So if you check those out, then that supports me at no extra cost for you. So that helps me out a lot. I think most of them I don't. So no pressure there either way. For fun, I like to have a secret comment word in every video. And so today the secret comment word is going to be pine, because tomorrow we go up to Flagstaff, Arizona, where there are beautiful pine trees and cool air. We can get out of the Arizona heat up there, even though it's still Arizona, but it's going to be beautiful. So if you enjoyed the video, or you learned something, or maybe you're going to avoid a credit card because of the benefits it doesn't have, then comment the word pine. And also, I've been meaning to thank channel members. Guys, there's a channel membership feature. Holy cow. There's a channel membership feature that you should be aware of, where you can get early access to new videos. You get behind the scenes videos. There are members only videos that I've uploaded that only members get to see, so no one else gets to see those. Plus you get like some cute little emojis and symbols and things next to your name in the comments. So if you leave comments, then I can see those and I can like prioritize those over everyone else. And I actually have a couple of channel members. So thank you guys for your support. That means just so much to me. I love that you're getting enough value here to say, I want to be a channel member. I want more, opt into more stuff. That's so cool. Well, I'm very late for a coffee meeting. I got to see you guys later. Bye.